Hello everybody, welcome to you English class. Today we are going to start an interesting chapter. What is the chapter? The name of the chapter is voice change. All of you know students from standard 1 to up to MSc level, MA level, MCom level all have problems in grammar, and lot of students even scold why grammar is there in the syllabus. But one thing I want to tell you, there is nothing to fear about grammar. Grammar is just like mathematics, and if you love grammar, definitely grammar will love you. If you love English, English will love you. So today I am starting an interesting chapter which is essential to all the students of different streams. Science, arts, commerce, ITM, every students need this. Today I am starting the chapter. The name of the chapter is voice change. How many voices there? Why there is a change of voice? These are the typical questions. Let me answer you that first definition. So why we need active voice and passive voice? Two voices there. In case of active voice, all of you know the agent is important, the person is important, the subject is important. But in case of passive voice, the work is important, the object is important. So that is the change of positioning in voice change. In active voice, the doer is important, the agent is important. So let me start with an interesting sentence, then we will proceed. Today we are starting, all of you know, voice change. Voice change, and why there is a need of voice change. I told you there is a need of voice change because in case of active voice, we emphasize the person, the agent, the doer. In case of passive voice, we emphasize the work, not the person. Example, Tendulkar plays cricket. This is active voice. What is the passive? Cricket is played by Tendulkar. Look, cricket comes to the first position, not Tendulkar. All of you know Tendulkar is an important person, important personality. So in active voice, we emphasize Tendulkar, but in passive voice, we emphasize cricket. So let me start the sentence with a common sentence. I am starting with Virat. All of you know another important personality. So Virat plays cricket. Virat means, you know, Virat Kohli. All of you know, outstanding Indian cricketer and also international cricketer, famous personality, famous sports person of the world. Now, this is the active voice. All of you look. Virat plays cricket, and I have to convert it into passive voice. There is a grammatical formula, mathematical formula. I will tell you that formula. First, I am answering. Then I will put all this formula into active voice and passive voice. So this is, you know, active. So active means I am writing A. Passive means I will write P. So what is P? What is P? Now all of you look, I am underlining. Virat is underlined. Then plays also underlined. Cricket is also underlined. Suppose I say, so here in this sentence active voice, Virat is the noun. Plays, that is the verb. Then cricket is noun. Two nouns available. So this is, according to formula, this is N1. This is V trans. V trans. This is N2. What is N1? What is V trans? What is N2? I will explain. But let me write the answer first. What is the passive voice answer? Passive voice answer is cricket is played by Virat. Cricket is played by Virat. Look here, only three words available. Look at like Virat is a word, plays is a word, and cricket. How many words available? Three words. But all of you look, when the sentence has been converted into passive voice, now already 5 words there. Look, cricket is first word, is second word, played is the third word, by another word, Virat. So what are the two words added? So is added and by added. So in voice change, actually there is a formula. According to formula, the sentences are changing. And what is that formula? Look at that. In passive voice, this is cricket coming to the position of the subject. But in active voice, cricket is the object. Cricket is the object. And let me tell you another thing. So Virat, that is the subject. All of you know Virat is the subject. And plays, what is that? This is the verb. And cricket, what is that? This is the object. How do you know this is object? Because when you ask question, Virat plays what? Virat plays cricket. That is known as transitive verb. That is most important thing. Why? Because all of you know, if the verb is not transitive, the sentence cannot be converted into passive voice. I will give lot of examples, but let me clarify the rules first. Now, I am applying the passive voice rule in this sentence. What is the passive voice rule? N2 plus be verb plus V trans plus PP, then plus by N1 within bracket. Now let me clarify this active voice formula and passive voice formula. What is the formula? That is, look at it, N1 V trans N2. In passive voice, N2 comes to the first position, that is the subject now. Cricket is the subject now in passive voice. N2 addition. What is addition? This is the extra thing added in passive voice, that is the be verb. All of you know be verb has 8 forms: is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. I will write down, nothing to worry, I will write down what are the forms of be. Lot of students always confused. They know this, but they are confused. I will tell you. So be verb is added. In passive voice, be verb is compulsory. Then V trans. This is the V trans. What is V trans? V trans means verb transitive. What is verb transitive? The verb having an object. What is the object here? Cricket. Virat plays what? Virat plays cricket. Cricket is the object. That's why here it is called V trans. It is the transitive verb. Transitive verb has an object. And what is the object? Cricket. And N2. So this is the second noun. N2 means this is the second noun. Let me clarify. N2 passive voice rule. N2 plus be verb plus V trans plus PP. Look at the PP. What is PP? PP means past participle. All of you know we have 3 forms of the verb: present, past and past participle. Simple example: go, went, gone. Similarly, remove, removed, removed. Play, played, played. So there are 3 forms of the verb available, and here the last form of the verb is known as past participle. In voice change, in passive voice, we have to always stick to the formula, that is the last form of the verb. So that's why verb transitive plays is converted as played. Why? Plays, this is the present tense. And when we are making passive voice, be verb is added. That's why the verb transitive will be converted into past participle, the last form of the verb. That's why it is played. It is played. Next one coming by Virat. So noun or the doer or the agent comes to the last position. Why? Because this is the passive voice. In passive voice, the subject of the active voice will be the last. And in passive voice, the object will come to the first position. Now let me clarify the formula which you want to know. All the students, they want to know, sir, what is the formula? Please tell the formula. Because if they know the formula, they can apply this formula in voice change. 99% of grammatical sentences will be converted according to this formula. 1% sentence will not be converted. You will ask me, sir, 100% sentence will converted? No, no, no. 99% of the sentence will converted. 1% of sentences will not obey this rule because that has a different format. Let me clarify. So here it is, look, N. You can ask me, what is a N? Noun? No. It is called nominal. It is called nominal. Nominal means what? You will ask me, what is nominal? Nominal means noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun, because a sentence can be started with a noun or even with a pronoun. Even without a noun or pronoun, sentence can be started. Example I am giving. Go there. Is there a subject available? Answer is 100% yes. Subject is not visible to you, but subject is there. Who is the subject? Example. Go there means you is inside the bracket. It is hidden. You go there. You go there. They go there. Okay, that's why without a subject, the framing of sentence is not possible. But it can be structurally framed, but the subject is always available even in the hidden sense, not visible to our naked eyes, but that is there. Look at the line. So nominal. So N means what? N means nominal. That is noun or pronoun. Then comes V trans. What is V trans? V trans means verb transitive. Verb transitive. You can ask me, what is verb transitive? What is verb transitive? Verb transitive means the verb having an object. Example I want to give you here. He is crying. This sentence cannot be converted into passive. Why? Because he is crying having no object. You suppose you apply the formula here, the sentence will be absolutely wrong. Crying, he is crying. Crying is done by him, not an acceptable sentence in English. So here the active voice cannot be converted into passive voice because the verb is not a transitive verb. You remind one thing, active to passive change means the verb should be, that is the primary condition. The verb should be a transitive one, the verb having an object. Look a line. So V trans means, now you are clear, all of you clear? Verb transitive. What is verb transitive? Inside the bracket I am writing verb having an object. Verb having an object is known as verb transitive. Now let me clarify the next rule. What is the next rule? Be verb. I have already told you, let me tell again, 8 forms available. Be verb has 8 forms. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. So these are the 8 forms which are compulsorily used while making a sentence from active to passive. With the absence of the be verb, the passive structure cannot be made. So the importance of be verb is always there in passive voice. Now let me tell you PP. You may ask, sir, what is PP? PP means past participle. What is past participle? Past participle means the last form of the verb. The last form of the verb. So the active voice, in active voice, the transitive verb is converted into PP, means the last form of the verb. Example, Virat plays cricket. When you convert the answer into passive voice, what is the answer? Cricket is played by Virat. So played is the last form of the verb, that is known as PP. Now let me clarify this bracket. This bracket, you may ask, sir, what is this bracket? Why you have given a bracket? Sometimes the work is so important, the agent is neglected, the agent is deleted, the agent not to be mentioned. One example I am giving, just you listen. What is the example? Someone stole my purse. Someone stole my purse. What is the answer? My purse was stolen. Full stop. Here by someone is not needed because we do not know who stole my purse. That's why someone stole my purse. The simple answer is my purse was stolen. By someone is not mandatory. If you write, nobody will cut the mark. If you don't write, nobody will cut the mark. So the absence of agent is available here. You may not write the agent. This is one case. Another example, when we know who is the subject. Example, another example, second example. Petrol, government hikes petrol price. Government hikes petrol price. Then what is the answer? Petrol price is hiked. Petrol price is hiked by the government, not needed, because everybody knows that only one authority available in the world who can increase the petrol price, that is the government. So here we know who is the subject. That's why here it is not necessary to mention that. Now I am going to give you another example of WH question in active voice, how that is converted. Maximum students, I challenge you, 90 to 99% students fail here. They have problems here. They can convert the active to passive. I am now giving that example. Now look online. The example is WH word. So in the active voice, I am going to give one WH word and you have to convert that into passive by applying the formula. And lot of students fail here. Now let me write that. And this is the sentence. Look at it. The sentence is, who told you this? Look at the line. Who told you this? Question mark. There is a general formula from changing active voice to passive voice. I am going to tell you, just listen. If the active is present tense, passive has to be present tense. If the active is past tense, passive has to be past tense. If the active is future time, passive will be future time. Okay. And if the active is a question, passive will be a question. So now this is a question sentence. Look at the line. Who told you this? Now the interesting thing, this is the verb. Told, you know, this is the verb. This is the WH question. And who told you? You know, this is the indirect object. This, you know, direct object. This is the direct object. When you have two objects in a sentence, definitely two passive voices can be made. Now the first answer I am writing. When the active voice starts with who, passive voice will start with by whom. This is vice versa. If the active voice will be by whom, passive will be who. So this is always the vice versa rule follows. Now in active voice, we have who told you this. And in passive voice, answer is by whom. Where you told this. Look at the changes, all of you. My dear students, look at the changes. By whom, this is the question format. After by whom, what do we bring? We bring verb. We bring verb. If you don't bring verb, the full stop will come. It will not be a question format. Example I am giving. Suppose I say, who are you? Suppose I say with a grave tone, who are you? Then you are confused. You are stumbling. Sir, I am a student. Sir, I am a lecturer. So, who are you? This is the question format. Suppose I ask you, who you are? Who you are? This is the full stop. You just find the difference. Who is available in the beginning, but this is the full stop. Who you are. By whom were you told this? Another answer. This is answer 1. This is answer 1. Answer 2. Look at answer 2. Again same formula. By whom was this? was this told to you? Again question are coming. So by whom beginning, was is the verb, this is the direct object taking the place here, told you. So two answers available. So this is the interesting rule where we can convert. And similarly, there is the ing formula there where being applied. Suppose another sentence is there, look a line. He is playing harmonium. He is playing the harmonium. He is playing the harmonium. Look at the sentence here. It is the subject. It is the auxiliary verb. It is the main verb. It is the article. It is the again noun, another noun there. So when you convert it, here being will be applied. Answer is the harmonium is being played by him. Look at the line. Being is applied here. Why? Because the main verb is ing. So I think these are the fundamental rules which will help you in converting maximum of active sentences into passive. There are some exceptional sentences which cannot be converted. One example I want to give you. Honey tastes sweet. Honey tastes sweet. This sentence will not follow the rule. The answer is different. This is the answer. Honey is sweet when it is tasted. So it is not following the direct rule of voice change. That's why these are the few sentences available which cannot be. Another simple example, then I can conclude my topic. The last example is Ajoy married Kajal. Ajoy means who? Ajay Devgan, the film star. Okay, Ajay Devgan married Kajal. You convert into passive according to grammar rule, it will be wrong. What is the answer according to grammar rule? Kajal was married by Ajay Devgan. What a nonsense it is. The sentence is wrong. Kajal was married by means by Ajay Devgan, means Ajay Devgan did not marry. So that's why the answer is both of them were married to each other. This is the first answer. Both of them married by the priest. That is the second answer. You just look at the change of direction. Change of direction, it is grammar. So it has rule, it has exceptional rule. Thanks a lot for enjoying this class. Next class I am going to give you a lot of new rules and lot of new sentences. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you all.